Merry Meet and welcome. I'm Taylor and today we're going to be doing some more level 1 Sims cooking, and we're just going to be doing the garden salad. So you can use any kind of greens since it is like a traditional garden salad. I did want to do lettuce of some kind. Otherwise I always encourage using spinach, but what's something that's fun, we're not going to do it today because this is the other kind, but a normal like head of lettuce, what you can do is bang this down on your counter and it dislodges it, and then you're able to take that out and then you can use the rest of your lettuce. This one is super easy to just cut right off and get rid of all the pieces you would anyway. So that's what we're going to do, and then I'm gonna end up cutting this up a little bit more later, but I'm gonna put it into this scrap bowl that I'm going to put all like the items for composting on. And yeah, so this is just some lettuce to get us started. You can tear it, or I'm just giving it a rough chop here. And then I'll tear it a little bit more and then putting it in our bowl. And I did wash all of this already. A lot of times lettuce comes like pre-washed, honestly. So if you're buying like super fresh, you are gonna be good. But yep. And then you don't want to cut off too much of the bottom because I think it like helps add like the different varieties of color, which is really nice. Now next, I bought a cucumber and it did not, actually I'm going to cut this off a little bit. I bought a cucumber and it did not stay good for very long. I don't know if I just picked out one that was already going and just can't tell the difference very well, but we were only able to salvage like this much, and as you can see the outside is still like rough textured, but since I'm eating this today it's gonna be fine. And we just got rid of the other parts. Also, I do not have proper cutting techniques. I am not here to teach you that. I do not tuck in my fingers well. I just never quite learned the right way. I'm actually gonna put that one that way. And yeah, because they aren't as crisp as you want. They are like getting a little bit more jelly. So we're gonna put these in here. The good news is, worst case scenario, it'll turn more into like water and blend with our sauce than anything else. And then I'm gonna put my knife safely to the side over here, and I'm gonna pick up my carrot peeler. And for my carrots, there were no carrot shreds this week, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to buy carrot and shred it myself. So you can do this with a grater or a peeler, or a knife if you're really talented. Of course, always be safe. And then first we're going to take off the first few, you know, just as you normally want to peel it, and these are going to go into our scrap bucket. And you again want to be very safe, maybe safer than me. And I always like going slow here, especially like when you're just putting together ingredients. I think it just, you know, is such a much more calmer experience to just take your time with all the ingredients. So perfect, we're gonna do that. And then technically you can also just cut this now if that's how you want it, but since we are going to try to get carrot shreds, we're going to just keep peeling it like this essentially. And then we're doing it very short because we want carrot shreds. We don't want like long peels. I mean, if you do, you can go for that. We're gonna get a lot out of this. Okay, so now we have our carrot strips pretty much done. I'm gonna put my carrot peeler safely to the side now, or I guess just peeler. And I'm gonna cut this up and put it back into the compost for it. If you also do like stock, this would also work really well to go into a vegetable stock, or really any kind of stock. Carrots are delicious. Okay, and then now we won't really need our compost bucket anymore, so we're gonna put that off to the side, give ourselves a little bit more room. And I'm going to cut a few of these mushrooms. They're just so big, and so I just feel like I'm gonna rough chop them kind of like how I did with the lettuce, and essentially I just want to get them to the kind of bite-sized chunks that I want. And that's, again, the beauty in making a garden salad, or any kind of salad really, is you can put whatever you want in it. We're trying to have this look a little bit like Sims, honestly. And they have mushrooms on theirs, so that's why we're going with these mushrooms today. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna do, because these are a lot of mushrooms and I normally like them cooked, honestly. And I typically have Baby Bella, and The Sims had white mushrooms, so I was like, all right, white mushrooms it is. Oops. All right, and then we'll go ahead and move these to the side, save them for another meal. So now, cherry tomatoes, that is what, when I was looking at the recipe, that's what it called for, and Sims don't specify what kind of tomato they use. So we're just gonna go ahead and use a few of these and cut them in half. I like cutting these in half because I like how it looks better open face, for one. And then for two, I know it looks kind of messy, so it'll be fun to see like how much more color this is kind of adding, because we kind of just have like the bottom of the rainbow here. Typically, so like in The Sims, there's no cabbage, and I just didn't want to buy a whole head of red cabbage, but typically you also use red cabbage, so that gives you a little bit more of that rainbow. And I just think I like that concept of cooking with all the colors of the rainbow, trying to get as many of those colors on your plate as possible. Anyways, what I was saying though is I'm not the biggest like just straight tomato fan. I know I'm gonna love it with how it complements all these different flavors, but I sometimes am just hard pressed. So even more reasons why I like to cut them up. Again, just making those bite sized. But if you like the burst of the tomato, go for it. Don't cut them up, just throw them in, and you can go ahead and start dressing them. I'm not going to do too many. I know this is a big salad and it'll go in, because I'll just cut these fresh after I eat some of this. I am going to mix this today, so that's why I'm going to try and get at least an even mixture, but then that way I can add based off the taste afterwards, because this is just for me. Just a nice low-key lunch. The other thing too, if like being in a depressive state, is you can pre-cut a lot of things and just like build up to making this bigger salad, or you can take a whole hour, turn on some music, have a good time. But what's really great, I have a lid for this, so I'm gonna go ahead, put some dressing on this and shake it up. But that's our garden salad. Super easy, already vegan. The only thing you have to worry about is the dressing, which that was a hard transition because I really liked having like something wet in my salad. Actually, another good reason to have cucumber and tomatoes in your salads. But I have a really delicious vegan pesto basil pesto right now, so I'm going to go have that and stop rambling. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.